Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing well. My name is Nauman Nazir. So I'm here to present the topic graph, which is from DSA. Let's start. What is graph? A graph is a non-linear data structure consists of nodes and edges. A graph consists of finite set of vertices which are nodes and set of edges which are links, which connects the pairs of node. There are two components of a graph, node and edge. Nodes and edges are the fundamental unit of graph. Node is also known as vertex and edge, which is known as arcs. They can also be labeled and unlabeled. Facebook is an example of graph data structure because everything on Facebook is a node that includes users, photos, albums, groups, pages, comments, stories, and these nodes are connected to each other through edges. Types of graph. First one is null graph. As you see in the image, there are four vertices, but there is no edge connecting them. So, null graph contains only vertices but no edges. The other one is trivial graph. Trivial graph is the smallest graph possible because it has only one vertex in it. And the third one is undirected graph. Undirected graph contains edges with no direction. As you see in directed graph, there are edges with direction. The arrow signs indicate the directions of the edges. Connected graph and disconnected graph. As you see in the image of connected graph, each vertex is connected to each other through edges. We can visit from one vertex to another vertex, and in disconnected graph we cannot visit from one vertex to another vertex because of the missing edges. Regular graph and complete graph. In regular graph, the degree of each vertex is equal to the degree of other vertex present in the graph, and in complete graph, each of the vertex is connected to the other vertex through edges. Cycle graph and cyclic graph. In cycle graph, the degree of each vertex is equal to the degree of other vertex, and the number of vertices and edges are equal in a cycle graph. Cyclic graph. Cyclic graph contains at least one complete cycle in it. Directed acyclic graph and bipartite graph. In a directed acyclic graph, there is no complete cycle. As you see in the image, we can visit from vertex 3 to vertex 5, but we cannot visit from vertex 5 to vertex 3 because it is directed from 3 to 5. Bipartite graph. In bipartite graph, the vertices are divided into two subsets, set A and set B, and all the edges connect a vertex from set A to vertex from set B. No edge will be connecting two vertex in the same set. Graph terminology. Adjacency. A vertex is said to be adjacent to another vertex if there is an edge connecting them. Path. A sequence of edge that allows you to go from vertex A to vertex B is called path. Directed graph. A graph in which an edge UV doesn't necessarily means that there is an edge VU as well. Graph representation. Adjacency matrix. Adjacency matrix is a 2D array of V cross V vertex. Each row and column represents a vertex. If the value of an element Aij is 1, it represents that there is an edge containing vertex I and vertex j. Adjacency list. Adjacency list represents a graph as an array of a linked list. An adjacency list is efficient in terms of storage because we only need to store the values for the edges. For a graph with millions of vertices, this can mean a lot of saved space. The index of the graph represents a vertex, and each element in its linked list represents the other vertices that form an edges with the vertex. Basic operations on graph, which are inserting of node or edges, deletion of nodes and edges present on a graph. Searching means searching an entity present on a graph. Traversal of graph means traversing all the nodes present in a graph. Thank you.